Hey everyone, today our country hit zero, and this is the first time that hitting zero actually is a good thing. We are conquering the virus at this point in time, and we are happy and we're celebrating. During this period of time, many people have actually flooded online and began to consume information and consume teaching and consume education to improve themselves, to pivot to something that they could do part-time, or starting a business. And through all the courses that I've gone through, a lot of them have actually asked people to use Facebook as the main platform to reach their audiences. And why is that so? And that's because Facebook has been around and is very popular in Malaysia, especially for the people who are a little bit more mature in age. That is the platform that most everyone in Malaysia who are online would have an account on. Now, have you had this problem that you didn't do very much with your Facebook account, or your Facebook account was filled with stuff that you wanted to clear off so that you can start afresh, right? And so because of that, you've probably started a new account, or you started deleting everything and turn a new page or turn a new leaf, so to speak. Now, let me share with you why that is not a good idea. Okay, so keep on watching and I'll share a few tips and also insights to what you can do with your Facebook if you're having this problem. Hi, my name is Eugene and I represent Fit Beyond 40. Fitness is not just about health and physical fitness, but it is also fitness in your business, in your private life, in your relationships, in your money, spiritually, and of course, physically is one of them. So now let's talk about Facebook, right? So as I said that, I've actually had many people come to me and ask, how do I deal with my Facebook, right? So if you go into my Facebook, you would have seen me talking about many things in the past. And as I was actually moving out of the corporate world or corporate life, you would have seen the messages and things that I post kept changing, and that's okay, right? Because that is who I am. So with Facebook, something for you to really understand is how many of you have had people adding you as friends. And I've had over 1,000 people in the last probably 4 weeks, maybe 3.5 weeks, adding me as friends. So my Facebook actually has grown. My friends in Facebook have actually grown. And if you have had this experience, people adding you on Facebook, and you go in, and what's the first thing that you do? You go in and you see this, add to friends. Do you add them immediately, or do you actually go in and check out their profile before adding them, right? So I tell you, if I represent, tell me if you are the same with me, all right? Just comment, right? I'm one of them that is super suspicious, okay, of adding people onto my Facebook. Not because of anything else, but I don't know whether they're scammers. I don't know whether they're coming in. What is the reason for them to come in? And so I go and check their profile. And most of the time, who are the people that I probably would not add into my friends list? Let's say this is an example, right? Born in 1980, has got a name, has got a profile picture, and then when you scroll down onto their feed, you actually see profile picture, profile picture, profile picture, and then blank. There's nothing else except 4 profile pictures and a handful of people, maybe 5 or 6 people in the list, right? And so I actually don't add those people on, right? Unless, of course, I've gotten to know them through a course or through something like that. But even that, right? It's sometimes I don't know whether that's a fake account, a real account. I wouldn't know, and so I wouldn't add those people. So if you're like me, just comment below and tell me whether you also have this kind of security measures to your friends list, okay, or to your account. So why do we do that? And that's because we really genuinely want to connect with people who want to connect with us, right? And the people who want to connect with us, will do some things, okay, to identify themselves rather than just add. So let me give you a few tips here what you should do with your account if you have all this history that you may not want people to see. My first response to that is, hey, that is your history, unless you've posted things that are anti-Semitism or anti-government, or you are racist or something like that. Then yeah, please go ahead and delete some of these posts that may incriminate you, so to speak. But if you were posting stuff that from your previous life, hey, guess what? All of us have got a history. All of us have got a life. If people don't find out who you are on Facebook, they will find out sometime, somewhere through other means. Okay, so deleting those posts until your profile becomes almost blank and empty may not be the way to do it, right? So I would suggest keep that profile, because why? Number one, the historical profile of who you are gives you that credibility of being online, number one. Number two, it gives people a sense that you're not just starting out fresh and trying to get leads or trying to get them to buy something from you, or you're trying to pitch something to them, okay? Because that's just not the way to do it. And I'm sure if you've attended courses and all that, and they've said they've asked you to add friends and keep adding 20 friends a day or 10 friends a day, or keep adding new friends so that your prospect leads would grow. That's a great tip, and that's a great thing that you should do. But remember, people also want to be friends with people who are friendly, in the post, and have got a history, right? A historical record of who they are, right? So that's very important. That's point one, right? And point two, what can you do now is to post more of things that you believe in, you're passionate in, that you like, right? So post things that are relevant to your life today, relevant to what you believe in, what you stand for now and today. And the more you post, that will flood your feed with things about you and about your current state of mind and your current standing in terms of what you're passionate in, which is what people would like to know, right? So keep posting is number two, right? Number three, when you add someone as a friend, direct message them. When you message someone and say, hey, I've seen your profile, and I really enjoy what you're saying, and I would like to be friends with you, right? So make an introduction. Make it a point to say hello, make an introduction, and the odds are some will, some won't, so what, right? But the chances of someone whom you would like to connect with get a greeting from you, a personal greeting from you, will stand a higher chance, right? Will stand a huge chance for them to accept you as a friend, especially if you've got the number one and the number two done correctly, right? The third thing to do in order for you to be able to be friendly enough for someone to add you into their list is comment on their posts, or go ahead and go into their profile and look at some of their posts and begin to comment. Don't do this kind of comments where put a thumbs up and that's it, right? But if they've written a post about, let's say, a shop or a recommendation of a restaurant, right? And you were intrigued by the post, and and the food that this shop was serving, make you kind of take a second look, then comment and say, thank you so much for introducing this restaurant. Ask questions about it. Ask them about what was their favorite dish there, and ask them about pricing. Ask them whatever, right? So get connected with them, right? That's why Facebook called it Facebook Friends, right? And that's how friends would do. They communicate and they share information, right? So that's what you should do, right? And the next thing also you should do is, if they wrote an article, or if they wrote something that was really meaningful, if they shared a post with a quote, let's say, and you begin to share, right? Take their quote and share that post with your audiences, right? Instead of you having to think about all the posts that you're supposed to write or you would like to write, share those posts and say how it has affected you. Now then you've got content, right, on your Facebook page, right? So the more you do around making friends and not just adding contact lists, the more your friends list will grow, right? So another tip is, if you are inside a group or you are adding a new friend, you don't only add that new friend, you also add friends of that person, right? How do you do that? And that's when you begin to post, reply to their posts, and people begin in the group to see your name or see who you are and what you're saying. And if it's things that are useful and contributing to the topic, people will begin to see you being interested in this. And then if you actually invited other people of this person's friends to your friend list, or you request a friend to add a friend, the likelihood of them adding you will be great, right? So please, take this as some tips that you can be doing with your Facebook page, right? So if you had no choice, maybe your account was banned or your account was barred for whatever reason, or really you really wanted to turn a new page from your past life, and you wanted to start afresh, then begin by building your page. Begin by now sharing who you are, what you stand for, what are you passionate with, right? In your bio, some historical, where did you live, or where do you work, or things like that, right? And then add on some posts about these things, so that people get to know you and want to be friends with you. So these are some of the tips that I would like to give you, because I've just had so many people adding me on my Facebook request that sometimes I'm browsing through. I first look at whether they have a profile picture, or whether they have Pokemon as a profile picture, right? Or if they had their children as a profile picture. I know, we all love our kids, but putting your child's picture is not who you are, right? You could have their pictures in your photo gallery, but not as your profile picture, because I want to know who I'm being friends with, right? So what are some of the things that I look for is whether we have common friends. That's the other one. If we have common friends, then I look through, where have I got to know you from, right? Or where did I get to know this common friend that we have? Maybe it's through a seminar, maybe it's through work, or maybe it's through a client of mine, or whatever. So this will give us give the person that you are requesting this friends acceptance from, to have a gauge of how to connect with you, right? So that's what I would do. So the tip of how to do this profile, it doesn't only work on Facebook, but it also works on Instagram. It also work on all the other platforms, LinkedIn, similarly. So if it's now quite empty because you didn't do anything very much at all previously, now it's time to post something, right? Post something regularly. Post, if you don't know what to write, post something someone has posted, and share that post onto your page. But don't just share and say nothing. Share and say what you've learned, or what you like about the post, or something, comment about it, right? So that people begin to get to know you even before they accept you as a friend, because when they scroll through your page, they'll be able to check you out, so to speak, right? So these are some tips, and I hope it's helpful to you, and I will be sharing more tips and more ideas in my YouTube channel. So if you're liking this, please press the thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Okay, this is Eugene signing off. See you again. Bye.